Do you have what it takes to grow up as a Kardashian kid? It may be tougher than you think. These kids are forced to do many things to keep their family's brand alive, and it's not always what it's cracked up to be. Before we begin, check out our friends over at Crafty Hackers. They have the coolest crafts and hacks you are guaranteed to love. Now, let's get started. Hand-me-downs. You'd think that the Kardashians have no problem when it comes to spending on clothes. Their entire family is usually decked out in the latest designer gear. Even their youngest kids have the newest shoes, coats, and dresses. North had a whole wardrobe stocked with the latest fashion in Kim and Kanye's brand new home. But despite their wealth, these Kardashian kids can't escape one thing: hand-me-downs. Many people remember hand-me-downs as a bane of their childhood. For most of us, it was the reason why our baby photos looked so horrible. But this isn't the case for the Kardashians, who only shop at the best stores. Kourtney also doesn't let the fact that her children are different genders change this. She keeps a lot of her eldest son's Mason's clothes for her daughter Penelope. She says, "I'll even use his clothes on Penelope as well, like little blazers, loafers, and some of his pants. Even like a full suit and do a menswear like Saint Laurent look." Kourtney goes on to say, "I mean, it's totally different obviously dressing them both, but I love when she wears his pajamas. It's just those pieces are so special that it's nice to be able to share." Co-sleep. There are many opinions and theories when it comes to parenting. No matter what you do as a parent, there will be someone who opposes it. So when it comes to parenting, the Kardashians tend to have their own rules. Kourtney is known to be the most chill among the Kardashians, and some say that it also reflects in her parenting skills. Many parents want to instill independence in their children starting from an early age. They do this by teaching their kids how to feed themselves, dress themselves, and go to the bathroom on their own. Most, like Kim Kardashian, would also encourage their kids to sleep in their own beds and rooms. But for Kourtney, she prefers that her kids all sleep in the same bed with her. She says that all of them sleeping in one bed just feels natural, and that she didn't plan to do it before becoming a mom. Co-sleeping is said to help parents bond with their babies and young children. Many parents who practice co-sleeping feel safer when their children are sleeping in the same room as them. While the practice does get a lot of backlash, it isn't stopping Kourtney and her 3 children. Limit screen time. Many think that the Kardashian kids get what they want whenever they want. If they want the latest gadgets and toys, they can very well afford it. But Kim and Kourtney have set up limits when it comes to the screen. Kourtney only allows her children 30 minutes of screen time per day. She says, "The kids don't really play with iPads at all. We used to let them use iPads at restaurants, but rules evolve as kids grow, and we learned that didn't always work for us. We want to be able to communicate and have conversations with the kids while eating together, so we try not to have TV or iPads out during breakfast, lunch, or dinner. This is a good rule to have in any household, not just the Kardashians." Kourtney also says that screens aren't allowed before bedtime as a part of their getting ready for bed routine. She said, "The kids don't even miss the iPads, since they love our reading routine. Every family is different, but these rules work for us. If there's anything families should copy from the Kardashians, it should be how they limit phone, computer, or TV time for their kids." Eat healthy. The Kardashians have an image and an entire brand to protect. They're often on Instagram showing off their hot bodies to promote a healthy and fit lifestyle. While you can find them indulging on sweets or fast food, the Kardashians generally eat healthy. That being said, their kids are forced to eat healthy too. Kim prefers that all the food in her house is organic and has little to no preservatives. She revealed on her website that she gives North the more nutritious versions of kid snacks and fun food. She loves snacks that are made with more natural ingredients. Kourtney is on a very restrictive diet, and it seems her kids are eating similarly. Kourt put her whole family on a strict gluten and dairy-free diet. Even though none of the Kardashians have confirmed diagnosis of celiac disease or any gluten insensitivity, Kourtney and her family are doing great without gluten. She writes on her website, "I have noticed a great positive change in behavior with my children when we stick to a gluten-free and dairy-free diet. Though, being on such a strict diet has its challenges. While the kids are forced to live gluten and dairy-free, they're still sometimes spotted on Starbucks runs with Scott or Kourtney." Be on the show. Kids sometimes ask tough questions. Whether it's about the birds and the bees or never-ending questions, sometimes parents dread having to answer their kids. Kim was faced with a very difficult question when North asked her, "Mom, why are you famous?" Kim appeared on the Big Boys Neighborhood radio show to tell the story about her curious 5-year-old. Kim answered safely with, "We have a TV show." While it's not exactly Kim's claim to fame, it sure will be for the Kardashian kids. Kanye has stated that he doesn't want his kids on the show, but Kim had the final say. In the end, cameras wouldn't stop filming if her kids entered the shot. Since her kids are still young, you'll only catch glimpses of them on TV. But they will all have to make appearances on the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians sooner rather than later. Kourtney even put her kids through homeschooling so that their schedules can accommodate filming the show. Back in 2015, Kourtney received backlash when she said Mason, who was then 5 years old, was being homeschooled instead of in kindergarten. She said, "It has to be this way. He's shooting season 11 of the show." Have unique, short names. Everyone is forced to have a name. If you're lucky, you can end up with a name that you really like. But for the Kardashians, there are more things to think about when naming a kid. If you're a Kardashian kid, you're bound to have a name that follows these rules. Kim went on record on Ellen to say that she and Kanye want short, easy-to-spell names for their children. She did say that she preferred one-syllable names, but that rule seems to be a bit flexible. Kim and Kanye decided on North for their first child because it stuck. It started out as just a rumor, but even Anna Wintour gave her blessing. Kourtney's daughter has the longest name in the bunch as Penelope Scotland, but she's referred to by all the Kardashians as P. Kim ultimately decided to name her third child Chicago, despite breaking the one-syllable rule. She and the rest of the Kardashians skirt around this rule by calling her by her nickname, Chai. Even Khloe stuck to a short and unique name when she gave birth to her daughter. She named her child True, a name that goes back to Kris's grandfather and father. They were both named True as well. Nannies. It's a given that the Kardashians rely on nannies. With their crazy schedules that also involve a lot of traveling, the Kardashians need all the help they can get. You won't be seeing any of the nannies on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, though. And none of the Kardashian moms have gone on record to admit that they hire extra help. But sources close to the family and, of course, actual photo evidence of the nannies say otherwise. So while the kids are forced to hang out with their nannies when their busy moms are working, they're also forced to have quality time with their parents. Kourtney makes sure of this by even bringing her kids around with her as she goes about her crazy schedule. Kourtney admits that she doesn't really have a set schedule when it comes to her kids. So when she goes out, her kids go with her. She said, "The best thing for Mason is just to be with me. If we are cruising around and he's napping in the car, it's not the worst thing in the world." People also speculate that Kylie relies on at least one nanny to help with her baby, Stormi. Because she's made such a comeback with her social media and her business, many fans think she's hired help to manage Stormi's round-the-clock care. No plastic. Kourtney is known to be very strict about what enters her home. Sometimes, it may sound a little crazy. She's sworn off Wi-Fi and microwaves for fear that their waves can cause cancer. She also doesn't think it's healthy to serve her children food that is unevenly heated. Instead, she relies on a toaster oven to warm up her kids' food. But we're finding it hard to believe that she doesn't have Wi-Fi in her house, considering how active the Kardashians are on social media. But one thing the kids aren't allowed to have, and this is a plausible one, is plastic. Kourtney really believes that BPA, or bisphenol A, causes health issues like cancer and diabetes. She writes on her website that she only uses stainless steel when it comes to her or her children. Glass is another plastic-free option, but it's not as safe for children because it's breakable. So Kourt sticks to the stainless steel, which is also an eco-friendly practice. Now, this is a habit that most families can replicate in their own homes. Homemade baby food. As established, Kourtney is obsessed about what she and her kids eat. Her diet is the most restrictive among all the Kardashians. That must be why she still looks so good, even after all these years and giving birth to 3 children. While Kim only focuses on feeding her children fresh, organic food that isn't just all junk, Kourtney goes the extra mile. Her kids are already on dairy-free and gluten-free diets. But even when they were just babies, Kourtney was already caring hard about what her kids were eating. She felt that she couldn't trust baby food companies, so she decided to make her own. Kourtney made organic, homemade baby food for all 3 of her children. So from an early age, these kids were forced to eat organic. Many moms are opting to make baby food at home, which is also recommended by doctors. This is a good way to control what your child is eating because you can limit the ingredients. Kourtney would steam vegetables and fruits like carrots, sweet potatoes, and peaches before blending it into baby food. Homemade baby food can last up to 4 days in the fridge and even longer in the freezer. Drink smoothies. Many kids love sweet and sugary drinks. Kourtney's kids have been spotted with frappuccinos in hand while out and about with mom. But many kids, especially as they get older, look for things that aren't as healthy, and it's not easy to keep them on a completely healthy diet like when they were babies. So what do you do when a Kardashian kid is craving a sugar-loaded soda? Kourtney gets them a healthy and nutrient-packed smoothie. There's still enough sugar in a smoothie to soothe a kid's sweet tooth, but it also is the healthier option. Now that her kids aren't eating pure organic baby food made of vegetables, Kourtney makes sure they stay healthy variety with some smoothies. She makes sure to get her kids smoothies that are packed with fruits, vegetables, vitamins, and minerals. This is really the easiest way to get your kids to eat their fruits and veggies. Courtney herself is a huge fan of the smoothie. One of her go-to breakfasts is a smoothie bowl packed with greens like spinach and kale. To balance out the flavors, she tops it with fruits. She even puts her favorite avocado smoothie in her hair to make it smooth and nourished. Speaking of making fresh smoothies, you should check out our friends at Crafty Hackers who are whipping up amazing things every day. Not only do they have amazing tips for snacks, but they also have the best hacks for hair, makeup, jewelry, and anything else you can imagine. Be sure to leave them a like and subscribe. What did you think of these rules? Would you want to live as a Kardashian kid? Let us know in the comment section and then hit the subscribe button for more videos from us here at The Taco. Thanks for watching.